Then we get to that seventh church. I told you before that this is the one church that I can't seem to find any praise or any good, you're doing a great job with this. Laodicea is an interesting place. So I visited all 7 of these church sites in Turkey many years ago, and Laodicea was my favorite for a variety of reasons because there's so much going on there. Laodicea sits a few miles away from Hierapolis. Hierapolis looks like it has these terrace growths of mineral deposits, similar to those of you who might be familiar with Yellowstone National Park in the United States, or if you Google images of Hierapolis or of Mammoth Hot Springs in Yellowstone, you get the idea. So it's hot mineral springs spew out this water, and it runs through the valley towards Laodicea from Hierapolis, and another cold water river comes and they join, and then it comes into into Laodicea. By the time the water gets here, what temperature is it? It's lukewarm.
Doesn't that show up in Scripture?
It will show up. And occasionally, the mineral deposits that come through in the water would actually cause people to throw up. Now, notice how God is using something that these people would have known very well. He's using a symbol that would mean something to the Laodiceans way more than it would to the Ephesians or those living in Sardis. He says, verse 15, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. So because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. He's using something that was very familiar to those people to teach a message, because Laodicea was known in the first century as the city, the thing they gloried in was, we are the city of compromise. We are the city of anything goes.
We allow anything versus taking a stand. God's like, either you are for me or hot, or you are against me, cold. You can't be in between. You can't be sometimes for me and sometimes against me. You need to make a choice. Now, look, compromise sometimes, actually in many cases, is important, but God is making it clear here. This is a choice about whose side are you on. Back to Joshua. As for me and my household, we will choose the Lord. For the Laodiceans, they're like, as for me and my household, it depends on the day who we might choose.
One of the reasons that it's fascinating to visit Laodicea today is you can go and find this central water distribution part of the ruins, where you see these pipes where the water would come in and then they would pipe it out with these clay pipes. And you can look at those pipes. In fact, you can Google Laodicea water pipes, and you can look at images, and you'll see that the clay is like this, but the amount of space for the water to move is only like this, because all of the pipe is clogged up and filled with algae, bacteria, little microbes that have grown in this lukewarm, perfect environment to clog up the flow of water. So they were constantly having to replace their pipes because the flow of water, or in our context, symbolically of revelation, wasn't happening because they were allowing other things to clog up that conduit for the Spirit to flow.